Right now at 10, the jury reaches a decision in a 2019 fatal stabbing case.
And aging dams are threatening Vernon County. The steps officials are taking to protect the community.
Plus, how tourism in La Crosse is having a big economic impact on the city.
Watching WKDT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. A La Crosse County jury has found a man guilty of a 2019 fatal stabbing. Anquan St. Junius is convicted of second-degree reckless homicide in the death of Virgil Stewart. Closing arguments today focused on St. Junius's former partner, Annette Thompson. She originally told police she stabbed Stewart, but later said St. Junius had threatened her into lying.
Did Anquan tell you that you needed to say you were the one who stabbed Virgil?
Yes.
And did you ask him, why should I do that?
Right, I did.
And in response to that, did he choke you?
Yes, he did.
In response to that, did he slap you?
Yes.
And in response, did he additionally threaten you?
Yes.
And the defense argued if she lied before, she could lie again. But prosecution said her testimony and statements from other witnesses made it clear who stabbed Stewart.
The only way that you can find Mr. St. Junius guilty of any of these charges is if you can believe the tiniest parts of what Miss St. Junius said in court beyond a reasonable doubt and ignore everything else that she lied about.
In the 911 call, she identifies the stabber as Anquan. In her interviews afterwards with the police, again, it's Anquan. She says Virgil said he stabbed.
A sentencing hearing for St. Junius has not yet been scheduled.
Vernon County decommissioned one of several dams that officials say have a high risk of failure. The Millsna Dam is one of 23 in the area that the Natural Resource Conservation Service says should be shut down. In 2018, intense rainfall caused 5 dams across the West Fork, Kickapoo, and Coon Creek watersheds to fail. To decommission it, the county cut a notch that allows water to run through the center. It won't stop flooding, but Vernon County's conservationist says a decommissioned dam is safer than a failed one.
The sides of these dams are all tied into sandstone on each side of the valley. That sandstone is kind of a fractured porous rock. So what that water does is it goes hunting and it goes looking for ways around the dam. And when the dam is tied into sandstone on each side, it can often find a way around.
Vernon County has a total of 14 dams that need to be decommissioned.
Well, Minnesota's budget battle is over. Lawmakers have passed their $66 billion spending plan as of early this morning. The marathon session prevented a government shutdown and saved nearly 30,000 state workers from layoff notices. The House wrapped up around 10:40 p.m. last night, the Senate at 2 a.m. The most controversial bill cuts undocumented adults from state health coverage. That now heads to Governor Walz's desk, who is expected to sign it.
Well, tourism brought in more than $500 million to La Crosse County in 2024, and it's having a big impact on the area. It's a new record in Wisconsin. Tourism generated a historic $25.8 billion in total economic impact. La Crosse County also broke records. The area saw a $12 million increase in direct visitor spending. That increase outpaced the state average, which Explore La Crosse's executive director says is thanks to the region's natural beauty and outdoor opportunities.
We know that 65% of the people that come to visit the La Crosse region come here for recreation or come here for leisure travel.
And it all translates into good business for La Crosse residents, with Explore La Crosse estimating the county's tourism industry supports more than 400,000 jobs.
Wisconsin Democrats are reintroducing a package of bills aimed at protecting natural pollinators. Eau Claire Democratic Senator Jeff Smith has writing credits in this 7-bill package. If passed, they would allow local municipalities to regulate pesticide use, have state agencies give preference to using native plants in projects, and ban certain insecticides on state lands that support agriculture. Smith says he's hopeful the package can receive Republican support.
This is a good package of bills that should be easy, should be simple. We all agree that agriculture needs our help in a lot of ways, and so do our pollinators, and we also all eat.
La Crosse area Democrats have all thrown support behind the measures.
Well, it was another lovely evening tonight. Great for dinner on the patio. And Greg, are we going to have clear skies? Because we've got a full strawberry moon tonight.
Yeah, the moon's out tonight too, and it is going to be out. We'll have some clearing skies. It's actually going to be on a low horizon, one of the lower full moons that we had I think only about 17, 18 degrees off the horizon, so it's just barely there. But it's going to be setting at 5:00 a.m. tomorrow morning. I do think we'll have clouds, but you should be able to see some of it. The front that's approaching with the cloud cover and eventually some activity later tomorrow is now just slowly digging southeast, and that's kind of what it's going to do overnight. So just expect some cloud cover to increase with the winds ahead of it out of the south. It's going to keep the temperatures more into the 60s for some areas, mid-50s further north. So all in all, a mild start to Wednesday. Then as we go out planning today, you can see 65 for La Crosse, getting up to 76. Cloud cover will be on the increase a little bit here and there. Don't expect precipitation right now. As you go further north, Eau Claire won't see as much as cloud cover. They'll see that more towards the afternoon. That wind turns around to the west-northwest, indicating that front's going to be further south of them. But still, they should be getting up to about the mid-70s by noon. So all in all, that's what we're looking for at least the first half of the day. For the second half of the day, we do have showers coming later Wednesday night, so we'll time out these rounds of precipitation. They'll be in forecast through Friday, and then show you what Father's Day weekend looks like a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Well, Riverfest has officially welcomed its new Commodore and first mate. Dustin and Dominique Lukey are the newest duo to lead Riverfest. Dustin is an Onalaska native and the current morning anchor at WXOW. Dominique works as an advancement and grant specialist with Family and Children's Center. Dustin says it's overwhelming to see his peers support him, his wife, and the event that's been a staple since his childhood.
Seeing the support for Riverfest, seeing the Oktoberfest folks come out, and everybody else here in our community has just been so wonderful.
They say after years of volunteering as a duo, it's exciting to get to share this upcoming unique Riverfest experience with their 3 young kids. The 42nd Riverfest is July 2nd through 5th in Riverside Park.
The La Crosse Public Library hosted a color party at Copeland Park Pavilion this afternoon. Kids from ages 6 to 11 participated in games, activities, and creative fun as the library celebrates this year's summer library program theme. They're called Color Our World.
We're excited that so many people are here today. We're hoping that they find something that they enjoy doing and embrace the messy chaos of Color Our World.
The library plans to host more events like this one throughout the summer. The Journey to Zero tour, which strives to end polio, made a stop at West Salem Park today. The tour is part of the Rotary Club's mission to raise awareness for polio prevention. The goal is to raise $1 million by the end of the tour.
Rotary is a family, and we really are a family. And when we say we said we were coming, people come and greet us. So we're delighted to be here.
The tour will end in Calgary for this year's Rotary International Convention.
An annual tradition is bringing nursing home residents and the Winona community together. Winona Health's Lake Winona Manor Parade is a chance for nursing home residents to get outside and have a parade come to them. 18 different groups walked in this year's edition, including some performers and first responders. Some residents rarely get an opportunity like this, and when the weather cooperates like it did today, it smiles all around.
I love these days. We have parades every year. It's just so fun. Everybody gets out and has a great time.
Jill said her favorite part of the parade is seeing the horses.
The Salvation Army of La Crosse welcomed their new majors today. Jeff and Don Russell will take over the position for Alan and Kim Hillstrom. Majors serve the community as ministers while overseeing programs the Salvation Army provides for the community. This is the second time the Russells have served La Crosse. They also interned here in 1999. They say they're excited to get back out into the community.
God has placed us here for a purpose, and I believe that would be to just be here for others.
The Russells have worked with the Salvation Army for 23 years.
Still to come tonight at 10, tensions continue to escalate as day 5 of ICE raid protests continue in Los Angeles.
And the clock is ticking on TikTok, when the app could get shut down and how it could be saved after the break.
Your Touchstone Energy Cooperative knows safety is the backbone of reliability. To deliver the power you need means doing things right, so we can continue to provide reliable energy and peace of mind. Because safety runs through everything we do. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Now, get $4,250 total customer cash, plus $2,250 in trade assistance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit HometownChevy.com.
We are hiring. Immediate openings, $26 to $38 per hour. You bring your skills, we supply the opportunities. Interior and exterior modeling, wages based on skills and experience. Benefits include health insurance, life insurance, 3 weeks PTO, 6 paid holidays, retirement, FSA, no weekends. The Board Store is a family-owned, veteran-owned, faith-based company serving the community for over 35 years with quality products, superior workmanship, and fair prices. Come and join our team.
Protesters took to the streets of Los Angeles for a 5th consecutive day as more National Guard troops and Marines arrived.
Mayor Karen Bass has issued a curfew for downtown LA tonight from 8 p.m. until 6 a.m., declaring a local state of emergency. CBS News' Danya Backus has more.
Groups of protesters gathered around National Guard troops in downtown Los Angeles Tuesday. Some were impassioned.
Our people are being picked up off the street. They're being snatched up out of Home Depots and Walmarts. Wake up, bro. Open your eyes. You're on the wrong side of history, bro. You need to be here with us.
Others expressed concern over rights.
Because I see this as an unlawful invasion of California sovereignty. And I believe the administration is putting these poor guys in a horrible position, too.
On Monday, President Trump doubled the number of National Guard troops deployed to LA to 4,000. 700 Marines have also arrived.
In response, state officials asked for an immediate temporary restraining order that would block military troops from engaging in law enforcement activities such as searches and arrests. A court date has been scheduled for Thursday.
In remarks at Fort Bragg Tuesday, President Trump stuck by his decision to send troops to Los Angeles without first consulting with California Governor Gavin Newsom.
We will use every asset at our disposal to quell the violence and restore law and order right away. We're not going to wait 7 days and 8 days and wait for a governor that's never going to call and watch cities burn.
Later on the tarmac, the president revealed he spoke by phone with Governor Newsom and issued him a warning.
And we actually spent 16-point-something minutes on the phone, and I told him he's got to get his act together because you're going to have some bad times in Los Angeles if he doesn't.
Protesters have also taken to the streets in other cities, including Dallas, San Francisco, and New York. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Senate leaders are calling for an air traffic safety audit at Reagan-Washington National Airport. This comes after the January collision that killed 67 people. The airport has also run into a number of air traffic control issues and safety incidents.
The clock is ticking for TikTok. The app has 9 days to find a U.S. buyer or go dark. Congress forced TikTok's Chinese parent company to sell over national security concerns. President Trump has extended the deadline twice and may do so again.
General Motors plans to invest $4 billion into 3 U.S. plants to boost production of gas and electric vehicles. GM's plan reflects the rush by manufacturers to invest in the United States to sidestep President Trump's tariffs. GM CEO Mary Barra previously said the 25% tariff on cars and car parts would cost the company between $4 to $5 billion this year.
We will have more news ahead.
But first,
yeah, we do have nice conditions for Wednesday for the most part, but then we have showers and thunderstorms from Wednesday night all the way through Friday. We'll track out the periods of when it will happen, how much rain we could see, and what the temperatures look like going forward for Father's Day weekend. That all coming up on your First One Weather Update after the break.
When you're trying to remodel your bathroom and find that perfect look, seeing is believing. And when one of our comfort advisors visits your home to talk about bringing your vision to life, they'll come with all our products in our new showroom trailer, discovering all the possibilities from the comfort of your home.
Online security is, like, as a mom, one of the very highest priorities. There's so many things that we have to watch out for. With Spectrum, I don't have to worry about it. I know when my kids are on their devices, they are protected because I'm not always sitting right next to them. The reliability, the connectivity, the security, everything is kind of all in one. That absolutely makes it worth it to me.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
A John Deere 3 Series tractor lets you tackle those bigger jobs with simple, intuitive controls that put the power in your hands and quick connect solutions to swap implements quickly with ease. From rotary cutter to rotary tiller to front loader. Take on all your property's biggest challenges. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a Deere. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
This is Arby's $7 Euro meal. Do the Greeks have a god of meats? If they don't, is there a form we need to fill out? A number to call? Arby's, we have the meats.
I did know that back pain, foot pain come along with the job of waiting tables, but since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I have had no pain. I'm more positive. It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming out.
See how we can help you too at the Good Feet store.
She's always had it. Pure ambition. An unbridled self-confidence that most people only dream of. You see it driving her, empowering her. And in time, you see it fueling her future. Perhaps even helping her blaze a new trail. All she needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities. Unlimited opportunity.
With a tankless system, you can have unlimited hot water whenever and for however long you need it. Upgrade to a tankless today and never be left without hot water again. Rely on Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
New Delhi Zoo made special arrangements for the animals to cope with the hot weather today. The zoo provided the animals with water sprinklers, a special diet, and ponds to help them cool off. Temperatures are expected to reach as high as 113 degrees Fahrenheit. That would be one hot hippo right over there.
Absolutely. Well, it was much more pleasant over here. Not 113 degrees outside.
No
very nice. But we are entering a stretch where it might be helpful to have an umbrella very close by wherever you're headed. Let's get the details from Greg.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be active from Wednesday night all the way through Friday, but it's not, the entire period won't be wet. It's going to be periods of it, and depending on where you are, that really spans out. So something to keep in mind of too, but it is going to get cooler. We're still going to contend with smoke. There's still haze out there. You can still see it overall today and through the weekend, but I think tomorrow behind the cold front, we might see another area of really thicker surface-based smoke is going to be just digging south overall towards later in Wednesday evening, probably north of I-90, but we'll have to keep an eye and see if visibility does get worse. Maybe air quality might be an issue right now. It's kind of too hard to say, but overall, I think you will see more haze or smoke throughout. It's not just going to go out anywhere for a while. Overall, cloud cover will be on the increase tomorrow morning. Some areas will wake up with some cloud cover. Other areas will wake up with some sunshine. You see the wind out of the north and then the wind out of the south down here. So the front is lying right there south of La Crosse going through Decorah, and that's kind of where it's going to be at. And eventually, but it's going to develop some showers, have some waves kind of ride towards Minneapolis. You can see some activity right there developing towards 2 or 3. Eventually that will begin to push towards Eau Claire, probably by 5 to 6. And then further southwest, it's going to take a little bit longer to get to La Crosse. That'll probably be more towards after 8 p.m. And then it's going to kind of sit along I-90 or south throughout the nighttime. And really the question is how far south it gets, and I'll kind of show you that in a second. Temperatures overall, depending on where you are with the front, you could be in the mid to upper 80s further south. Behind the front, you're going to be the mid 70s, maybe even low 70s. So quite a contrast of temperatures from north to south across the area tomorrow. Now, as we go on with the showers and thunderstorms, where they develop Wednesday night really is kind of somewhat in question. I think they'll be along and south of I-90, but how far south, still we'll have to see what goes on. But you can see it develops a line continuously throughout the morning hours of Thursday morning. So it could be a wet morning commute for southern areas as you go further north for La Crosse, Thursday may end up being actually fairly quiet to wake up with temperatures. And then in the afternoon, we'll see this boundary start to lift a little bit north. So then the chances for precipitation kind of shift back up to I-94 towards the evening hour. And then we'll have the main front kind of that really comes through. It'll be more late Thursday night into Friday. As you can see, all the precipitation really focuses north towards Thursday night. And then Friday, that front will eventually then slide southeastward with more precipitation Friday. So it's periods of it, and depending on where you are, that really depends on the timing. Now, overall precipitation amounts are kind of two areas to hit. Is the one south of I-90 with all the stalled boundary right there. This has been going back and forth. We'll see how far north it goes, but those areas could pick up 1 to 1.5 inches, maybe 2. But it drops off significantly if you get out of that area. And then the second area is really late Thursday night in Friday, and that's focused more towards Eau Claire and northward. You can see potentially up to 2 inches with that area. So in between, some areas may pick up a 1/4 inch. So it's kind of it'll play out. We'll see how this all plays out, but that's what we're looking for. Thursday's highs more into the 70s, kind of more uniform, although some areas still could get to the upper 70s. Just depends on how much cloud cover we have going on. Friday overall much cooler further north, but you notice that south wind ahead of that front, we actually may climb close to 80 here Friday, but up towards Ladysmith, may not even get into the mid-60s. So once again, another day with a big contrast. And then everyone will see cooler conditions going on to Saturday. It's probably going to be the coolest day of all. Many areas still in the 60s. And then Father's Day, we kind of climb up a little bit with some more sun. And then we get more active once again next week. We're kind of getting it back into the low 80s. So it is active on the 8th day. Not all those periods will have wet conditions, but I think everyone will see some precipitation as we go forward. But the good news is Father's Day overall looks dry.
All right.
Just kind of the cool end. Hopefully it stays, yep.
All right. Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, oh my gosh, dueling on the diamond. Highlights from 4 different sectional baseball games as teams are on the verge of a trip to the state tournament. Jacob is next.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storm with current conditions and updated video forecasts from the local team that warns you first. The News 8 Now First Warn Weather app, giving you more than what you'd expect. Get it now. No, seriously, like, right now.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
No, and you get the latest phones.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Taste a sweet strawberry, a Jolivet strawberry. Stop by Jolivet Family Farms Market today for some fresh Jolivet's homegrown strawberries. Available 7 days a week in the market. Check for availability. Jolivet's also features a large selection of fresh vegetables and homegrown produce. There is no sweeter strawberry in the world than a Jolivet strawberry. Only at Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
I do like knowing the person that's sitting across from my desk. I've formed a lot of relationships over the years based on trust. When I see the look on a member's face, when I say, yes, this loan is good, you're good to go, it makes me happy. To me, being the team you can trust is honesty. When you do a loan with me at Firefighters Credit Union, like everything we do, it's not about the car, it's about you.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
For over 40 years, La Crosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CEHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
Our phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected.
Which is ironic, don't you think? Oh, I love this song so much.
Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
It is Baseball Sectional Tuesday. The mission is simple. Win 2 games, and you'll be playing at Fox City Stadium next week in the state tournament. Norsemen of Westby in search of their 4th tournament appearance. We'll pick this one up in the 3rd inning, scoreless until Devin Nedland sends a shot to the right center gap. That is a 2 RBI triple. Westby goes up 2-0. 6th inning now, Mondovi with a couple in scoring position, but Nedland gets the strikeout to end the threat. Then we go to the 7th. Final inning, similar situation, game-tying run at second base. Norsemen 1 out away from the win. Nedland blows it by Keegan Catt, and that does it. The Westby ace strikes out 10 in a complete game shutout, and the Norsemen move on to the sectional final. So that takes us to this game. Westby up against Fenimore. Norsemen down 1 in the 3rd inning, but Nedland continues to crush. This time a liner back up the middle, scores a run. We're all tied up. In the 4th inning, man on first for Everett Hoven. He finds the gap in the opposite field. Anders Hoven touches home. Norsemen take the lead, but trouble in the 7th. Bases loaded for the Eagles. Ethan Scheckler draws a walk to tie the game at 2 and puts the winning run on 3rd. Very next batter, ground ball to short, but Griffin Nelson throws a rocket into home, gets the out, so we are going to extra innings. 8th inning now, Eagles threatening again, and this time Tyson Starkey goes back up the middle. Ball game. Fenimore walks it off. 3-2 the final as Westby falls just 1 game short of state. In Division 4, Blair Taylor, the 2 seed, up against top-seeded Pittsville. 1st inning, and it's the Wildcats with a good start. Tavian Schrammick going back up the middle for a leadoff single. And then after a sacrifice bunt, it's Cole Trapp getting the ball in play. He'll be out at first, but the run scores. Blair Taylor goes out in front. Panthers would answer, runner on, and Grant Raidman gets a hold of this pitch deep to center field, and that is down for a hit. 1 run score, so we're all tied up. Then Pittsville would find some life on offense later. Runner on 3rd, ball hit to shortstop. The throw home is not in time as the Panthers take a 2-1 lead. And that's all that they would need in this one as Logan Zickert strikes out 13 and scatters just 3 hits in the contest, and Pittsville advances, getting the 2-1 win. Over in Baraboo, the Holman Vikings seeing their season come to a close at the hands of Sun Prairie East. 5-1 the final in Division 1 action. Aquinas picked up a win in their first game of the day, so it's the Blue Golds and Mosinee for a trip to state. Blue Golds right to it. 2 on, and it's a sharp ground ball to short. It's going to be booted in the air by the Indians, but somehow the second baseman makes a snag to get at least 1 out, but Aquinas doesn't let the chance go to waste. Isaac Shelfout keeps it in on the ground. Nice play at short, but it allows the run to score. Blue Golds on the board first. Same inning, continuing to put the ball in play. Landon Teachout sneaks one through the wickets. Another run scores to make it 2-0. And a year after winning the Division III state title, the Blue Golds headed back to Fox City Stadium with a 6-5 win. All right, just some major league action tonight. Crew trying to get out of a bit of a funk. 3rd inning, we are scoreless until Jackson Churio steps in. He gets a barrel on this one, lifts it to deep center field, and that one is gone. Churio's 11th big fly of the season. Then in the 6th inning, Jake Bowers up with nobody on, nobody out. That one is going to clear the batter's eye by a good 25 feet. Milwaukee 26-13 when they homer. They win this one 4-1. And the Crew are adding an electric arm as Jacob Mizorowski was called up to the bigs today after a great season down in Nashville with the Sounds. He's expected to make his major league debut on Thursday against the Cardinals. And state boys golf wrapping up today at University Ridge. The CFC Pirates jump a spot from 6th to 5th in team results as Durand, Arkansas gets the 1st place finish. Cameron Lipinski finishes 6th place individually at 14 over par. A lot of action, guys. Yep. And I do want to also mention Giannis was quoted today saying he hopes to be back home with the Bucks. Hey. So we will see if that is coming to fruition as well, because it's a long offseason, but that could be a good sign.
That is very encouraging.
Yes.
You take him at his word. He's an honest guy.
He's an honest man, loyal guy.
Because I know him personally. Thanks, Jacob.
Thanks, guys. Okay, more news right after this.
Protect yourself from the harsh sun with Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens from Asher Lasting Exteriors. With over 150 fabrics to choose from and the largest sizes available, you can create shade to match your home and style. Join us for our summer sale, one day only on Thursday, June 12th at either showroom in Eau Claire or Onalaska. Enjoy super summer savings with up to 25% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months at Asher Lasting Exteriors.
Hey Nick, want your usual?
Yeah, please.
How's your day going?
Oh, pretty good. Air conditioning went out at the house, and I got some guys coming over to fix it.
Nothing that G&T can't take your mind off of, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. I can always depend on G&T to put my mind at ease.
Especially when I make them, eh?
Well, I'm talking about G&T heating and air conditioning. They have never let me down.
Call G&T. For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
Maybe I should switch to G&T.
Drive your story with a new Ram.
Take your next adventure in a new Jeep from Pischke Motors.
Get employee pricing plus for a limited time only. Get your favorite Jeep, Ram, Dodge, or Chrysler during the Employee Pricing Plus sales event. Employee pricing for all means anyone can get exclusive employee pricing on these new vehicles. This opportunity won't last long, so stop into Pischke Motors now. This offer ends June 30th. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger.
You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
Here's to the Farm and Fleet dads, the ones who take pride in a job well done, the ones who make the most of every moment and still take the time to pass it on. At Blaine's, we're here to make this Father's Day special with gifts for one-of-a-kind dads at prices that'll make them proud. Like men's work and sport pocket tees, $10.99. Get a free trimmer attachment when you buy one of these Milwaukee outdoor power tools. Plus, Blaine's gift cards are always perfect gifts. Find the value you need to make this Father's Day special. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Scientists are calling the final full moon of spring the strawberry moon, and they say the best time to see it is tonight.
June's strawberry moon will be the lowest full moon of the year for stargazers north of the equator. The strawberry moon is named for the wild strawberries that ripen this time of year, and typically it does have a little bit of a strawberry glow to it.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't really noticed.
Well, we can go
I'll take your
outside
word for it,
today. Yeah, we should be able to see it tonight, right, Greg? Go outside. It's pretty clear out. Yeah, he gave us
That's
a nod.
a nod of
so
approval.
Yeah, take a look, everyone. All right, he has another look at your forecast right after this.
Your summer starts here at Ultra. Open a Live Your Life spend account offering cashback debit rewards and a $50 bonus. Surf the waves, stack the cash with a Live Your Life spend account. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Attention, construction workers, carpenters, remodelers. Join the award-winning team of La Crosse's #1 home remodeling company. The Bort Store's growth brings opportunities. Your experience is the key to the respect and rewards you deserve. Immediate openings, $26 to $38 per hour based on skill and experience. Health insurance, life insurance, 3 weeks PTO, 6 paid holidays, retirement, FSA, and no weekends. Apply today in person at 524 Copeland Avenue, online, or use the QR.
Your home, a place of comfort and safety, could be trying to tell you something. Interior cracks, sloping floors, hard to open doors and windows are all signals of foundation failure that you can't ignore. Choose American Waterworks.
You may not realize it, but Boyers and Pleasning have a lot in common. We used to be neighbors at West and South Avenue. Then we moved south to Ward Avenue. And we moved north to George and Gillette. But we still have a lot in common, like comfort.
Like the comfort of a Pleasning taco.
The comfort of a Boyers sofa.
Pleasning chili.
A Boyers love seat.
Pleasning rubs.
The ultimate in comfort. A Boyers recliner.
And a Pleasning Bloody Mary.
The Driftless region is a thriving community where tradition and innovation shine. And Culligan has a long history of providing custom solutions to address the area's water worries, like iron, sulfur, PFAS, and manganese. Culligan, water you love since 1936.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Be prepared for flooding and keep your basement dry with our great selection of Barracuda pumps. Made to remove water quickly, pick up this cast iron half horsepower sump pump for $106.79 after rebate. For softer skin and cleaner clothes, shop our great selection of water softeners. Morton's Look Ahead technology learns and predicts your water needs, saving you money. This 34,000 grain water softener is $417.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Your summer starts here at Ultra. Open a Live Your Life spend account offering cashback debit rewards and a $50 bonus. Surf the waves, stack the cash with a Live Your Life spend account. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
All right, so it'll be mainly dry tomorrow, but quite a big temperature spread depending on where you are. You could be the upper 80s to maybe the mid 70s, so as a cold front kind of lies across the area. Then it gets active Wednesday night through Friday. Not all day washouts or night washouts, but it's definitely going to need the umbrella, and then mostly dry for the weekend, for Father's Day weekend right now.
All right, so keep that First Warn weather app handy.
Yeah, you definitely need it Wednesday night and on. Yep.
Thanks for joining us at 10.
We'll see you tomorrow.